Okay, that looks like we are live. Yeah, I can't do it.
I know. I'm just going to go with the rock thing because that's more me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, choose yourself, authentic self. I'm not a dudette. I'm not like down with the kids. Right, I try to be, but then my kids are like, "You're not down with us, man."
Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday. And here we are again, Donna and Cheryl TV, without Donna or Cheryl or Joe or Thomas. So this is that Mel TV?
Do you feel like we're hijacking a channel or something?
I do. Like, but with no script or no preparation or anything.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Did you ever watch that 90s film Airheads where they took over the radio because they just wanted to play their records and it was all like, well, heavy metal records and stuff like that? That's what I feel like we've done to Donna and Cheryl TV. We've taken over their channel.
Have you got some records to play in case we run out of stuff to talk about then?
Yeah, absolutely. I can
just do that.
Those. Oh, we got somebody who is a Facebook user saying hi, ladies. Not sure who that is, but hi.
Hi.
So I think we were just gonna wax lyrical about who our cheerleaders are and the things that light us up. Just kind of wrapping up the week from the other lives that have been on. Oh, Tina's on. Hi, Tina.
Hi, Tina.
So, it's Suzanne. Oh, sorry, Suzanne, it didn't show you. So talk to me, Mel. What is lighting you up in your life right this minute?
That's fair. Like fuck all right now.
Oh my god, we're like 1 minute 50 in, and you're swearing. That's good.
I know. Do you know? I tell you what is lighting me up. Working with Tina and coming up with new ideas for things that we can try for the business. That lights me up, and that's great. And I'm really glad I've got that at the moment because work is continuing to be challenging, not impossible, but it is challenging. And it just makes me realise that you've really got to work at making sure you have things that light up your life when you're in the thick of something. So if I was to challenge myself and think about something that I could do this weekend to light up my life, what could I say? It comes in a bottle. It's white and red, preferably about 13%.
And they get you dancing on in the kitchen. It's a shame. I don't think Gwan's live anymore on the weekends, is he?
No, I don't think so. Actually, it's funny you should say that because this morning I did drag myself out of bed to go for a run. And then I came back and I was like, oh, that was quite hard. But I decided I don't often take music in at the shower, but I thought, I am this time. And by the time I'd had my shower and I'd had a cup of tea and I'd like calmed down after my run, I did feel a lot better. So that's a little light. That's a light.
You know what would be saying? They would be saying to you, Mel, listen to your language. You dragged yourself out of bed.
Oh, I'm not joking. I'm not even going to lie. It was a drag. It was one of this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It was like
picking apples, blackberries, and rhubarb in my garden lit me up this morning. Oh my god, you've got all that growing in your garden, Tina. That's amazing.
In fact, I do remember, Tina, I'm sure you said you were going to put all of those into a really nice pie and drop it off at mine. You did.
That is going to light Mel up. Yeah.
Yeah, other things that are going to light me up. So going running lit me up, and then I've got the kids this weekend, and I like it when, obviously, I love it when I have the kids, but that means it's pudding Sunday.
Oh.
So we always have a nice pudding on a Sunday with custard.
Oh. Okay, each to their own.
What? Have you just walked at the idea of custard?
Yeah, do you know what? Even before I was a vegan, I never liked custard. I was like, the smell of it. Oh no, I don't know. I must have some sort of like trauma or something around custard. It's horrible.
How can anyone have a trauma around custard? It's not.
I don't know. Do you know what though? We grew up in South Africa, right? But obviously my parents are English, so they were always like trying to enforce these weird English puddings on us, and it was hot. And I was like, why can we not just have ice cream? Like, why do we have to have spotted dick or bloody whatever? whatever the thing was, you know. It's like, no one wants a warm pudding. Oh my God, we've gone off on a tangent, Mel. We've gone off on a tangent.
No, we're talking about things that light us up. So
yeah.
I'm excited that actually I'm gonna polish my halo because I've got the kids like a melt in the middle chocolate pudding each and a bit of custard for Sunday. And I didn't get myself one because I'm trying to be new. I know. So all that'll happen is I'll do that trick. They fall for it every time. It's hilarious. Jesus, there's someone in our garden, and they both look like this. And I'm in. Every time they fall for it, and then literally 2 minutes later, I'll do the same thing again, but with slight. I'll go, oh, look at the cat, and they'll. Like, guys, you're not getting it, are you? You know, there's nothing in the garden.
You got some karma coming to you, girl.
Yeah, I will.
So
I'll come.
Prayer and meditation lit me up this morning, up out of bed before 8 a.m. and it's 7:30 a.m. here now. Oh, okay. Brilliant. Aww. That's so good. I love a good meditation in the morning when I remember to do it.
I was going to say I didn't do it this morning because I was like this. I feel a bit sick. I'm running.
Tina's not a fan of rice pudding and custard together, I think.
Why would you put rice pudding and custard together?
I don't know. Didn't you say you were having rice pudding and custard?
Nice pudding.
Oh, nice pudding. All right. Oh my God, Mel, this is hilarious. This is completely already.
Right, so we've discovered that wine and puddings light me up and running in music. So come on, Yvette, what's lighting you up at the moment?
Oh, I did a Mel Wells free course last week, and it was on the 7 female archetypes, and it was amazing because there's 7 of them. They're Freudian, but she goes into them in a really lovely kind of feminine way. So you've got the maiden, the mother, the wise woman, the wild woman, the lover, the huntress, and the queen. So okay, I remember all of them. So anyway, just kind of like looking into all of that sort of stuff and thinking, I've made myself a little playlist. So I've not decided, like through this discovery, I'm like, right, my lover has been repressed for quite some time, despite the fact, you know, I'm like, you know, loving Colin to bits and everything, but this is so personal. I cannot believe I'm going to say this on Donna and Cheryl TV, but I need to clean my knicker drawer out because I've got granny knickers and I need to get some decent lingerie in.
Yeah, that's bad.
I just confess to that, but anyway, that's like
no. Now you're accountable for it. So next week you've got to hold up your sexy pants and show us that you've taken that positive step.
And I feel like certain parts of me are like out of whack and what have you, and I'm very much in my huntress at the moment, which is like get stuff done, blah blah blah. But I've rediscovered this really cool artist that I used to use when I was teaching yoga. It's called Dea Dover, and she's got some really lovely like wild woman music that I've been putting on and just dancing around the house as well, which is fab. So
on and dance around to it.
Say again?
So you're going to put your sexy pants on and then dance around to it?
Well, yeah, because then I'll be channeling like 3 women archetypes all at the same time. But yeah, so there's that, which is all like in the serious camp of self-development stuff. And then my little niece FaceTimed me on Monday, and she can't say my name properly, so she calls me Auntie Wet, and she goes, Auntie Wet, I'm going to be on TV on Thursday. I'm going to be on television. And I was like, okay. And she's got this thing about being 3 and what have you. And I was like, I said to my sister, I was like, is Olivia going to be on TV on Thursday? And she was on for about 2.5 seconds on the One Show last night.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, a little face. So yeah, that really lit me up. So we've got Anne's made a comment. My husband surprised me when I first served rice pudding as he asked where the apple tart. He has to launch the tart in the pudding. Now my boys think it's normal. One of my daughters not. Okay. Oh, I love this whole talk about pudding. I mean,
hang on. So, Anne, are you saying that you serve apple tart in rice pudding?
that's what it sounds like.
Tart in the pudding. Interesting. Tell us more.
Tell us more. Yeah, please join in, callers. Yeah.
So, I tell you what. Now, my wicked streak is kicking in here, Yvette, and cover your ears if you're sensitive. This may cause offence or embarrassment, but I'm just thinking, right? So you've got your sexy pants on. You're doing your dancing around in the kitchen. You're getting your, all these inner bodices on. So maybe that will get you going, and your niece will be right. You will be Auntie Wet.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm just in that kind of mood today. I'm sorry. Everyone's going to get. I'll tell you a funny story, right?
You're going to be sacked off of the Soul Squad.
I know. Sorry. I just think we all need to. I need to lighten the mood, so I'm going to do it for myself. But yesterday, I was kind of, you were talking about goddesses and stuff, and I was looking for a Christmas present for my niece, and she's quite into kind of witchcraft. She's not a witch, but she's quite into it. So I was looking at books that tell you a little bit about the history and what have you. And this one book came up going, it had little spells in it. It's like, it'd be good if you could get yourself a wand. So I was like, oh, I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I can get her a little wand. And I hadn't realised at this point in time I was on Amazon, but in my ex-husband's account, because I can't remember why, there was a reason why I'd been in it and he knew about it. So I typed in, stupidly, magic wand into Amazon. And what came up was not a little wooden stick that goes abracadabra. And so, when you log out of Amazon, when you log back in and it goes, based on your recent searches, you might like. So the next time my ex-husband logs into Amazon, I've put 2 books on witchcraft in his basket, which I thought were going in my basket, and he's going to get, you might like these products, and it's not the magic ones.
He's going to be like, Mel is going to voodoo me with.
Like, who's been in my account? And I thought, just for a laugh, I might go, yeah, I don't know. Someone hacked it.
No, you're cracking me up today. Right, so Anne has replied, yes, he has to launch it in the pudding as that is what he was used to. So my 4 sons think it's normal. Wow. That is a big lot of pudding. Do you know, I made this chocolate tart once, and it was vegan, and but I made the like the tart bit at the top, so it was like almost like a mousse type thing, but like a solid mousse, and I made it out of creamed avocados and then like melted vegan chocolate, and I thought I'd get away with it, and I served it up to like friends that we had round for dinner, and everyone's face was just hilarious because they were all a little bit like trying to be polite. And then it was Colin, because he can't keep his mouth shut. He was like, what is this? Is this vegan bollocks? And I was like, yeah. I said, but it's really good for you. He's like, what's it made of? I went, avocados. And he literally just spat it out on his plate.
Oh, no. Is he offended by vegetables in puddings?
Yeah, he's offended by vegetables in general, to be fair. But yeah.
I think I had a similar experience when I tried to make brownies with sweet potato brownies.
Oh yeah.
And you give it to the kids and they're like, what's this? And my son, he has really sensitive taste buds, and he's like, this doesn't taste like normal brownie, Mummy. It is. It's a normal brownie. I just got it from a different shop.
I got it from
Can't get anything past him. I tried to serve up cauliflower mash as normal mashed potato. He wasn't having any of it. This isn't what potatoes taste like. And in the end, I went, I know, because it's cauliflower. Okay.
I've admitted it. It's out there now. What about cheerleaders, Mel? Because we were talking about that this week on the one of the lives as well. Like, I was loving. Well, I am loving, and always, like the Real You Online group, the Soul Squad, the Soul System group, our elite group that we've got as well. Everyone's so encouraging, and it just feels lush at the moment, doesn't it?
It does, and I think what's coming out is and we've said this before, you're not alone. If you're thinking something or feeling something, or you're out of kilter, or you're celebrating something, chances are someone else in one of those communities will have felt something or will be feeling something similar. And sharing that experience is wonderful. It really is. And everyone is so supportive, because you go out on a limb, don't you, when you're in one of those groups? To get the most out of it, you've got to really open up and share. People share that they might not have shared ever, and they're sharing it publicly within a group of people they don't know, and that's quite nerve-wracking. And when you do that and all you get back is, brilliant, you're so brave, well done for coming out, crack on, and then it encourages people to come back and talk about how they've been successful, and then they get more support for being successful, and it really keeps you going. It's wonderful.
I just think as well, because I posted something in our little elite group this morning, because it was something that I'm struggling with, but I was so full of gratitude when I did that, because I was like, oh my God, like I can't tell anyone this stuff. Like if I, there's not anyone, like I could probably have a conversation with a few sort of friends, but just to be able to kind of not filter what I'm saying and just kind of get it out there for, even if it's just a case of getting it out there, it's not necessarily looking for answers, but like a discussion around, the particular things that you're struggling on or whatever. It's just amazing, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is. And I know we all encourage each other to be our authentic selves, and it takes a lot of courage, I think, to do that, because you never know how it's going to go down, and your little voice comes in and you get that doubt, and it is nerve-wracking. So to find a place where you can just 100% be your authentic self and say whatever's on your mind is wicked. I need to learn to share more, though. I just don't. Stuff happens all the time, good and bad, and I don't put it in there. And I think that's because I've never done that from quite an early age. I've kind of gone, no one's interested, no one's really listening. So I'll just keep that to myself, and I'll deal with it in my own way.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I see everyone else posting and everyone else is like, yay, great, fantastic, I'm like, but then it's my fault because I don't share. I really don't share.
Yeah, and the thing is with you, Mel, though, is when you do share, it's all like these mic drop things, these like, oh, I've started a new business with Tina, it's amazing, and here is my logo, or here is the website, or whatever it is. I'm like, geez, like, how did this come about? Like, why are you keeping this secret?
Oh, it came about because Tina's an absolute Trojan. She can worked, done that. And I'm still going, what should we do for our social media post next week?
But you guys complement each other so beautifully, though. It's such a lovely, and that friendship's come through. That was through the Real You Online, wasn't it? Or it wasn't, or the Real You program. It wasn't like you didn't know each other before that, did you?
No, not at all, not at all. And do you know what? I think even as early as like earlier on this year, if you'd asked me, I used to have this thing about cyber friends. Okay. My kids aren't going to grow up with, and their only friends are cyber friends. Not a chance. They need to meet real people, proper people. They're not. It can't work. You can't have relationships with people you've met in a Facebook group. That's not real. And the Real You, the Soul Squad, the Real You Online, the Mental Resilience, Bounce Back Ability, all those groups have completely turned my opinion round. And what I've learned is, if you are with your people, it doesn't matter whether you talk to them online, on screen, or in person. The connection is there. I mean, we've never met. In fact, we've never met in person.
But I know
such a shame.
When we all do meet, it's going to be a big bloody party, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. It really is.
Oh, look what I'm saying about you. Man is so amazing. I'm so proud and honoured to be working with her. Oh, look.
So I know. Thank you so much, sweetheart. It's completely mutual, particularly when Tina's like, right, so I've set up our email address. And I'm like, okay. And then I go, where do I find it? And she went, I'd already thought about that and I've sent you an email. I'm like, great, thank you.
Oh, Annie's saying as well, she's internalizes everything too.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that is we either don't like to share the good stuff because we feel like we're showing off or bragging or bigging ourselves up. Well, I should say because I can't talk for everyone. And then I don't share the bad stuff because I don't want to bring everybody down and have people feel like I'm feeling sorry for myself. And so I still need to do a lot of work around that, I think, and being okay to go, yeah, I've done this and I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with this, guys. Can anyone just either slap me around the face with a wet fish verbally, or give me some
up,
yeah, give me a belt up or a finger wag.
Yeah.
So learning to be our own cheerleaders that's a thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I do it with everyone else. Put a sad face in front of me, and I'm like, right, come on, we're gonna get you in. Come on, we can do this. Look at all these amazing things, Not so good at doing it for myself.
I know, and I've noticed that as well with some of the clients that I've been dealing with this week as well. I'm so good at kind of getting them through what they need to get through, and then really sort of like not cheering myself on. I tell you who's one of my biggest cheerleaders as well. Gonna give a shout out here. She'll never watch this, but my mum. So she's, and that's why that's the whole, the story behind Clarity Jane Marketing, and you know this anyway, but like the Jane part of it, apart from that, it's a play on Calamity Jane and blah, 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 which is, my mum's second name's Jane. And I thought it was just such a beautiful way to honor her as well. Cause she's
that's beautiful.
Yeah, well, she's like the original goddess in my life, we started out together, me and her. And anyway, she's so great because she's that person that she's got 3 kids and we are all so different. And she's really great at going, do you know, I'm so proud of you. I don't understand what the hell you're doing, but I'm really proud of you. and she's very good at saying things tactfully. So she'll it's the, are you sure that this is da, 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 da? And she's looking after your well-being, but she's really kind of but she's great. And I mean, she's very good at not being judgy as well, because we're all quite different in our views on life, so she's really loving all of her kids, not just the ones that agree with her viewpoints,
Yeah. I think my mum is a bit of a cheerleader, but she's definitely from the generation that didn't show that or express it. I think she tries to show it in little ways, rather than coming out and directly saying, I'm really proud of you, or look at what you've achieved. Occasionally she does, but she stays on quite neutral territory. So I had a good tidy up in the garden, for example, and pulled a fence down and did bits and pieces, and she was like, oh, I'm so proud I've got such strong, independent daughters, and that's kind of as far as she'll go. But me and my sister do like winding her up. So this usually happens either when we're all together for Sunday dinner or Christmas and we've had a couple of drinks, and me and my sister go, feel proud of us, Mum, because we've got between us, we've got 3 divorces, 2 children born out of wedlock. One of us doesn't even own her own home, and the other one's on the bones of her backside half the time, and neither of us have got a man in our life. Are you proud, Mum? And she just laughs. And we just kind of go, oh, we must make you so warm and fuzzy. When you're telling your friends about your children.
And the thing is, it's funny though, isn't it? Because that's now that I've gone through the program and done various other bits and pieces in around coaching, we talk about that and we laugh and joke about that, but that doesn't resonate with any of us at the moment. We don't care, do we? It doesn't matter where we are with stuff. We're exactly where we're supposed to be. So that's a generational thing as well,
Oh, well, absolutely, because my mum's generation was, success was finding a man, having a nice home, and we're like, no, it's just not that simple anymore, Mum, thankfully. Just try.
Oh, so I think the other thing I was going to say as well, the other thing that really lights me up every week is doing that yoga sesh with you guys on a Tuesday. That's so lovely. I love it. And like everyone, well, sorry, I might have like murdered you this week, but
I'm going to say, right, can you explain how my calves are knacking? And then my arms and shoulders, I was like, not so much the next day, but the day after, I was like, what have I done? I haven't lifted anything. It's like, no, you did push your entire body weight up into your arms, though.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, exactly.
No, I absolutely, because I go straight from that yoga class straight into work. I mean, my laptop and everything's already switched on, ready. And I've said to my boss before, anything you want to raise on a Tuesday morning, anything really chewy, gnarly, and you do it at 9 o'clock because I've just come out of the Kundalini yoga and I'm like this, whatever. Bring it on. I can deal with it. I'm feeling so good.
I think it's I like, because for me it's like the pre-prep stuff as well on it, because I always like prep over a weekend for it, so I get to, if it's like a short career, I'll do it myself, or if it's a longer one, I'll do like the more challenging you know, the postures, just so that I know what I'm doing when I'm sort of teaching and making sure the breath work's all right. And I sit and I spend ages like getting the music right and, you know, thinking about the theme and like, oh yeah, that's really relevant right now, and I'm feeling like that's the thing. And it just, that for me is brilliant because it kind of puts me in a space of doing something that I absolutely love. And then, you know, I put it on Facebook yesterday as well, but like I had a whole day session with a client yesterday and it was brilliant. We went old school. I had flip charts and post-it notes, and you know, I was up and around, and we had flip charts all over the walls, and it was just such a brilliant, and then it all came together in like this beautiful thing at the end, where we were kind of like, right, and this is the plan and these are the things that need to happen and blah blah blah. And it was just like all day. I mean, I do feel sorry for my lovely client. I didn't know whether or not she wanted me to mention her name because she's in this sort of crowd, so I'm not going to say unless she jumps in. But yeah, she was at the end of it. You know, I need to start like watching for these signs. You coaches need to teach me this. But she looked absolutely knackered. Like I'd taken her on some sort of like I don't know, run or something, and she needed to lie down, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe next time I'll bring some aspirin and a cold flannel. But yeah, it was just so lovely.
Oh bless, that sounds amazing. And do you know what, that's just made me think about being lit up. When you are living in your, and people say in your zone of genius, when you're doing the thing you do the best and you love, then you are absolutely lit up.
Yeah.
Because you're connecting, you know, your passion with your purpose, with your competence. And that's a bit of a dry word even, because it's just so much more than that. And you put a post, I think, about your days and your Sundays, and I think I replied going, oh my God, I can't wait till that's how I'm doing things. Because I want that so much, to be living that freedom and living that. So it's not just about the freedom; it's just about living to your heart's desire. I think.
Yeah. And it will. I mean, that's the thing. You guys are you know, you guys are doing great things, and I think it's strange though as well, because it's like years and years ago, I used to smoke like bad. I came over from South Africa. I was a 40-a-day girl. You know, I was a heavy smoker, and I decided to pack in the year before the ban came in, because I thought I'm gonna get into trouble with someone for smoking somewhere where I shouldn't. So I thought, let me do it the year before, and so. But the thing was, I went on this, I think it was an NLP thing. It was Alan Carr course, not the comedian. And it wants you to quit immediately, cold turkey, no patches, no nothing. And it worked. And I never smoked again. I literally put my fags down at the end of that, you know, at the end of that session, and it never happened again. However, something in my brain always said when I was going out, there was something like, have I got everything in my bag? And I kept thinking I was missing something. I kept thinking I'd left the iron. I don't iron anything, but like I'd left an appliance on. There was that, like, my brain was going, you're missing something, you're missing something, you're missing something, for months and months and months. And I tell you what, that whole Sunday night thing is almost like my brain kind of goes, oh, you should be feeling really shitty about now. And then the reality of, oh, I actually don't, kind of comes into it. And it's like, oh, it's like there's something, it feels like that gap in between is just slowly being, and it's that same feeling like, oh, there should be a feeling of something here, or there should be something here, and it's not anymore, which is brilliant. It's like a bloody exorcism.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Not long.
Not that I'm, you know, complaining about where I am. You know, I've got a fantastic team who I work with, and we just make the everything, we can laugh about it, and we've got that real release between us, and it's fantastic. But that thought of being at home on a Sunday night and going, and tomorrow I'm doing what I've decided I'm going to do, is just going to be wonderful.
I went out, I had a tarot reading on Wednesday. I went with one of my friends for a tarot reading with my lovely reader, who has obviously, because of COVID, hasn't been doing readings for a while. And it was in the middle of the day. And I was like, oh, look at this, we're in the middle of the day and I'm going for a tarot reading. I mean, I worked quite a bit, but it was like I could do that. Like I didn't have to like make it like a real
sneak out.
Yeah, like I'm going to sneak out a tarot reading. Yeah. We're over time already.
We've gas bagged on. So I think let's send a message to everyone who's tuning into this. It's the weekend. Have a pudding. Have custard if you want custard. Put your tart in your rice pudding if you want to. Do something that lights up your life this weekend.
Wear your sexy knickers.
Buy your sexy knickers first.
Sexy knickers, yeah.
Send everyone a picture of them. That's converted.
It's not that sort of group, guys. It's not that sort of group.
And just let's send some light off to everyone and have fantastic weekends, everybody.
Bye.